Hey everybody, it's Carol Billing, and I want to go through the grocery list, the recipes, and the meal prep notes. So we put them all in one document to keep it simple. You can just print one document and you'll have it all. And I think you might want to print it because I'm going to tell you how Judy actually did this grocery list. She did an amazing job because I would never have enough patience to do this. But she went through each meal. So this represents lunch one, the first day lunch, the third day, a snack, a dinner. And it coordinates with what's on the single meal plan where it has the days all marked out. So if there's a meal you're going to change, you can modify your grocery list fairly easily. And I did this also when I did the Ultimate Reset last summer. And the nice thing about getting some of the, not so much the perishables here, but some of the like sesame seed oil, I still use that. So a lot of times when I go through this list, for example, there's a lot of things that I normally get every week, so it's not a big deal, that are on this list. Or there's the specialty items at the end that I already have because I got them last year and they're still good. So as you become more and more of a clean eater, you'll find the shopping every week is easy. It's easier because it's all in the produce section, pretty much. And then you have all the basics. They last for quite a while. So anyway, you can go through here, and if you're going to make changes to the meal plan, you'll be able to edit out. You know, I'm not going to do before, so you could take. I'm sorry. Let me say that again. If you decide you're not going to do like the first lunch, you don't have to get this one item because it only is in this one meal right here. Or the same thing here. For dinner 3, if you're not going to do what's on the schedule, you're going to do something else, you don't need necessarily to buy an avocado. Although personally, I can't imagine going through a week without an avocado because I love avocado, but that's me and maybe not you. So it's kind of nice. I just love how she did this because you can really modify the meal plan and then cross out what you don't need on your grocery list. Okay. And she also put it into sections that are most likely together in the refrigerator. Isn't she amazing? Judy, will you marry me? Will you be my wife? No, I'm just kidding. She's laughing, I hope. But yeah, I've always wanted someone to organize me like this. So anyway, go all the way down. And here under miscellaneous, these are the things that you buy one time and usually have. Like you probably already have that. So it's great. You just go through the list, cross off what you already have, and then pick up what you don't have. Just a note here on Veganese. Love it. Love it. And even my husband has accepted it, which is major. I mean, this is Mr. Skippy Peanut Butter. And I just, one day I just stopped buying mayo and bought Veganese and said, hey, this is what we're eating now. And he kind of adjusted. And the beauty of it is that my kids never had mayo. And so, I mean, they get it when they eat out or whatever, but they don't realize it's, fake mayo is what my husband calls it. Get the fake mayo. The kids don't even really know what they're talking about, so kind of cool. All right, down here, pine nuts, always optional because those are like $100 a pound. I know, but I just love them. I can eat them in every meal. Okay. Also, always Shakeology is optional. Judy and I use it every day. So when we created this meal plan, we really just tried to emulate what we eat on a regular basis and how our eating has changed since we've been doing Beachbody products and the meal plans. I know Judy's also done the Ultimate Reset too, which really changed the way I eat and the foods that I choose. I definitely think this 3-day reset does the exact same thing in a shorter, more compact time, but it kind of just resets you back to eating the right things, which you should be eating. Okay, so that was the grocery list. This is the meal prep. And so what I did here, the way that I do it is I try to do my cooking up front. So I put a lot of things on the stove at one time, but they're not things I really have to pay attention to. So I will take the chicken breasts out and throw them in a pot of water and boil them. At the same time, then I'll grab the eggs and I'll hard boil those as well. And I always do 6 for a week because I know I'm pretty sure going to go through 6 in a week. Now this one depends on the amount of time that I have. Whether I would tackle both of these in one Sunday, generally not. I would probably break it up. But if you have older children or a husband who's willing to help you, you can knock all this stuff out with 2 people and no problem. and then you have just meals. I call them 1-minute meals, and you can just warm up these burritos anytime you're starving. You just grab them, warm them up a minute and a half, and you're good to go for like 2 or 3 hours, depending on how big you make your burritos. So that's why I love them, and I have them in the fridge. I actually have right now, I think, 4 different kinds of burritos. I have beans and steak that was left over from some meat my husband barbecued, and then egg and chicken. So these are just, I think if I could eat everything in a burrito, I probably would, like all the time. A couple weeks ago used leftover salmon in a burrito, which, you know, that for me is a bit stretching, but it was good. Okay, so as you're looking through the Sunday prep, you may not have enough time to do egg and chicken, or you could be like me, and I hired the 14-year-old girl down the street, and she comes on Sundays to help me from time to time, and I'll pay her, and she helps me with food prep. So not only is she learning how to eat healthy, making a little extra babysitting money, or cash, whatever, but I get some help in the kitchen. She helps me prep everything and then clean up the kitchen afterwards, and it's a wonderful thing. So if you have any neighborhood kids, you can also suck them right in and put them to work. It's all about delegation. Okay. I also love to make the succotash in a batch, and this, I don't know of any Sunday where I would ever take on all 3 of these. That's just too much. I'd probably pick one. But I might on Monday night do this, but make a double batch and then freeze it in single servings. So I'm finding more and more, especially with these kids eating me out of house and home, every time I cook, I make 2 batches and save 1. Okay, so the quinoa here kind of is the same as the chicken and eggs. You just throw it in either chicken broth or water and cook it. We use water in this meal plan because it's less calories. But if you find that you don't like the taste of the quinoa, or you just want to have a little more flavor, you could also use chicken broth. I was watching that on a show today. So I would have those 3 things going on the stove at the same time, then probably pick up one of these items here based on whether I had eggs that were going bad, or I had meat in the freezer that needed to be made, and meat in the refrigerator that needed to be eaten. Okay, steel cut oats are also something you do the night before. I've never tried that, but that is something that's nice to prep ahead. Okay, everything else on here is basically vegetable prep. So it's chopping and putting them in containers so that when I get home from work or whatever, I'm not working right now, but I could have grabbed all the ingredients I need to make a quick dinner. So for example, if I have this chicken up here already ready to go, and I oftentimes will shred it when I bring it out of the being boiled, cube it or shred it, and then the night I'm going to have those burritos, I just pull out the onions and sweet peppers and tomatoes, and then I'll shred some cheese for the kids, and then my dinner's ready to go in like 20 minutes tops. That's like from pulling everything out of the refrigerator to putting it on the table. It's pretty fast. So I don't think I cook as much as I assemble. I'm more of an assembler. But the beauty in doing all of this is you can get a lot of meals out of it. You can make your salads ahead. Your kids can make their lunches ahead. And you can do things like the burritos when you just grab one kind of a meat item. So these are all the things I do to really get the fruit and vegetables prepped for the week. I also pull out bell peppers and cucumbers and carrots at around 4 o'clock. Put those on the table so the kids can eat that. I'll pull out the berries in the morning. I'll pull out the grapes around noon. It's kind of just my boring life. It's pretty boring, but all the seasonal fruit comes out for breakfast. Yeah, and when you have it all prepped like this, it makes feeding kids all day long every day a little bit easier. All right. Oh my gosh, I'm up to 9 minutes. I need to quit chatting so much. Here's on lunches. I go through how I put everything together. Basically, I go through this stuff here and make my salads first. I have individual containers with individual compartments, and I'll put some pictures up in the group to explain that visual help. And so I assemble my lunches first because I find if I let the kids assemble the lunches first, they pick all the good stuff. So I go first, and then I, of course, always leave them some good stuff. After I'm done making my salads, then I explain right here how I have my kids make their lunches for the whole week in bags. they use their lunch box for Monday, and then I have 1 gallon bags that they have marked for the remaining days. And they I have totes of containers, little small, cheap Ziploc container. They're more like plastic top kind of things. And they pick a fruit, a vegetable, and then they pick a sweet and some sort of bread. Because they're so skinny, I give them an extra like bread thing, crackers and peanut butter or something like that. And then always a sweet, because we all need a sweet at noontime to get through our day. Okay. And then down here is where your recipes start. And these are very simple, and they're numbered here to match the meal plan and also the grocery list, so you know where you're going. And I know some of these are really simple, like really you got to write that out, but we did just because we wanted to have amounts for you in case you're wondering, well, how much almond butter should I put on the bread? I want to put a tablespoon, but you won't. You'll put the tablespoon measuring thing down, and you'll pick up the nice little teaspoon, and you'll use that instead, because as much as almond butter is yummy and awesome, it's got calories. Okay. Uncle Sam's Cereal. This was from Forks Over Knives. If you haven't seen it on Netflix, it's a great, great movie to watch to start building your knowledge of nutrition. Is it flavorful? Not so much. That's why I go with the berries. But it keeps me full, and it has lots of positive things that your body will love. So, and that's like, read in between the lines there, I'm saying fiber. So, yummy, awesome, not yummy, awesome, and we can make it good with berries. All right, then I talk about egg burritos, and I go through the process of how I create those, and I also have a handout in the group. Let's see, anything else in here? This is really a mix of things Judy eats and things I eat, so I just love it. I think it's great. I'm really looking forward to some things like I've never done this, so I'm going to do that one. And I've never done the cauliflower bread thing. That's really out of my comfort zone because, again, not really a cook, more of an assembler and a shake maker, but I'm going to give it a try. And then here's the micro salad that first got me started on prepping my salads for lunch, and I just love it. I think this is the best thing I ever learned how to do. All right. The basic vinaigrette is very tasty, very simple. What I found now after pretty much having this salad dressing for the last year and a half is that I don't really like ranch. Sometimes blue cheese, it's nice to have every once in a while, but it's really funny how your taste buds change when you get used to something light like this. Those really heavy dressings are they're too thick and yuck. Yeah, funny, huh? I never thought I'd say that about ranch. Okay, the rest of this you can go through. Here's that cauliflower pizza crust recipe, and I think that's it. If you have any questions, by all means. Oh, the crock pot. Yeah, we threw a crock pot in here because I love crock pot cooking. So I hope this is a nice simple one, and this is also something you could prep on Sunday. Would I prep that? I have a new thing I'm going to try to do this school year where I'm going to ask my husband to pick a crock pot recipe and assemble it and put it in the freezer. So the day we're going to do crock pots, which I think is going to be Thursdays, that I can just pull it out of the freezer and throw it in the pot, and that's our dinner for the night. But I want him to be more involved with food choices, and also he can put stuff in a bag. He can do that. So we're gonna expand his world, get him a little out of his comfort zone because he's pretty much only a barbecuer. So hopefully that's a good one. Or not hopefully. I mean, I've done it a bazillion times. It's very good. But hopefully it'll work out having him take on some food responsibilities. This one I did last week. It was delicious. All right, now I'm just rambling, so I'm going to stop. And you can go through the rest of these recipes and let me know if you have any questions. I'm looking forward to working with you all. Talk to you soon. Bye.